Japan. A nation where tradition meets technology, where the past and the future seem to coexist in perfect harmony. Here, ancient rituals blend seamlessly with the neon glow of futuristic cities, creating a landscape that feels both timeless and ever-changing. But have you ever stopped to wonder why we call this remarkable country Japan? The answer isn't simple. It's a fascinating journey through centuries of history, the evolution of language, and the shifting tides of geography. From the legendary samurai and the majestic peak of Mount Fuji, to the vibrant world of anime and the speed of bullet trains, Japan's global image is as rich and diverse as its history. Yet behind all these iconic images lies a name, Japan, that most of us use every day, often without a second thought about its origins. Interestingly, the people who live in this land don't actually call their country Japan at all. To them, it's known as Nihon, or Nippon, words that carry deep meaning and pride. The name we use in English is the result of centuries of global trade, exploration, and the gradual evolution of language as cultures met and exchanged ideas. It's a name that journeyed across continents and oceans, changing shape and sound with every new language and every new encounter. So, how did we get from Nihon or Nippon, the names the Japanese use for their homeland, to the word Japan that we know today? This story weaves together the influence of ancient Chinese emperors, the travels of a Venetian explorer, the ambitions of Portuguese traders, and the slow, fascinating evolution of language over time. Let's peel back the layers of history, language, and culture to uncover the surprising and sometimes mysterious story behind this familiar name. Our journey begins in the imperial courts of ancient East Asia and winds its way through the bustling ports of Renaissance Europe, revealing how a single name can carry the echoes of centuries. If you ask someone in Tokyo what they call their country, they'll say Nihon or Nippon, not Japan. These are the names that Japanese people use to refer to their homeland, and they carry a deep sense of identity and pride. The word Japan is actually a foreign adaptation, but within the country, Nihon and Nippon are the true names that resonate in daily conversation and official matters alike. Both words use the same kanji, ri-ben. These two characters are instantly recognizable to anyone in Japan, and they're found everywhere from coins and passports to school textbooks and government documents. Nippon is formal and used in official contexts, like on currency stamps and at international events. Nihon, on the other hand, is more common in daily life, spoken by people of all ages in casual conversation on TV and in everyday writing. The characters mean origin of the sun, which is why Japan is famously known as the land of the rising sun. This poetic name reflects the country's eastern position relative to the Asian continent, where the sun first appears each morning. It's a name that reflects both geography and philosophy, capturing the spirit of a nation that sees itself as a place of new beginnings and hope. The rising sun has become a powerful symbol in Japanese culture, representing energy, renewal, and national unity. But where did this name come from? The story behind Nihon and Nippon is as fascinating as the country itself, stretching back over 1,000 years. Early on, China referred to Japan as Wa, a name the Japanese found unflattering and even somewhat dismissive. The term didn't reflect the dignity or aspirations of the people living on the islands. In the 7th century, Japan's leaders chose Nihon to assert a grander identity. They wanted a name that would command respect and reflect their unique place in the world. From China's perspective, Japan lies to the east, where the sun rises. This geographic reality inspired the new name, emphasizing Japan's position as the first to greet the dawn. By calling themselves the origin of the sun, the Japanese made a bold statement about their place in the world. It was a declaration of independence and self-worth, setting them apart from their neighbors. This new name first appeared in diplomatic correspondence with China's Sui dynasty, marking a significant moment in East Asian history. It was more than just a label, it was a message. It was a clever rebranding, establishing a powerful new identity in East Asia. The name Nihon, or Nippon, signaled a new era for the Japanese people. The name Nihon or Nippon became a symbol of national pride and independence, uniting the people under a shared vision and a common heritage. It marked a turning point in how Japan saw itself and how it wanted to be seen by the rest of the world. The new name inspired confidence and a sense of destiny, and so the Land of the Rising Sun was born, a name that continues to inspire and define Japan to this day. For centuries, Nihon was known only in East Asia. That changed in the late 1200s when Marco Polo heard tales of a mysterious, wealthy island kingdom while traveling in China. Polo never visited Japan, but he recorded what he heard as Cipangu, a version of the Chinese name for Japan. The Chinese called it Jiben Guo, meaning country of the sun's origin. Polo's Cipangu was a land of golden palaces and endless riches, at least in legend. These stories fired up Europe's imagination, turning Cipangu into a mythical El Dorado of the East. Even Christopher Columbus set sail hoping to find this fabled island. Though he landed in the wrong hemisphere, Polo's legend of Cipangu had already changed the map. The West's fascination with Japan had begun. Marco Polo's tales of Cipangu inspired Europe's imagination, but it was the adventurous Portuguese who made direct contact with Japan in the 1500s, forever changing history. Arriving almost by accident, they encountered local pronunciations like Cipangu or Japang in southern China and the Malay archipelago, sparking curiosity and fascination. The Portuguese quickly adopted this version, calling the mysterious country Japão in their own language. The name shifted and evolved as it passed through different languages, Cipangu to Jipangu to Japão, reflecting the journey of discovery. Soon, Portuguese maps and writings spread this intriguing new name for Japan across all of Europe. Other European powers followed suit. The Spanish called it Japan, the Dutch used Japan, and the French wrote Japan in their records. Thanks to the Portuguese, the name Japan entered the European lexicon and became widely recognized. The transformation of the name was nearly complete, marking a new chapter in global history. By the 1600s, the English arrived in Japan, bringing their own language and curiosity. They borrowed the name from Portuguese and Dutch traders, anglicizing it to Japan. The first recorded use in English appeared in the late 1500s, even before direct contact. Over time, the spelling and pronunciation settled into the familiar Japan. The J sound we use today is a linguistic echo of Southern Chinese and Malay pronunciations filtered through Portuguese. English adventurers like William Adams helped cement the term in correspondence and trade. From Jiben to Cipangu to Japão to Japan, the name had traveled and transformed. It became the standard international term, a linguistic fossil of centuries of exploration. The journey of the name tells a story of global connection and cultural exchange. While the world calls it Japan, Nihon or Nippon, the land of the rising sun, remains central to Japanese identity. The rising sun symbolizes hope, renewal, and Japan's place as the easternmost Asian nation. This is reflected in the national flag, the Hinomaru, a red sun on a white field. The motif appears everywhere, from art to company logos, and inspires national pride. The phrase "Land of the Rising Sun" is woven into Japan's anthem, culture, and diplomacy. It's a quiet but powerful reminder of the nation's origins and enduring spirit. Even today, the symbolism of the sun shapes how Japan sees itself and presents itself to the world. The name is more than a label, it's a story, a symbol, and a source of pride. The sun's legacy endures in every aspect of Japanese life. Today, Japan is known by two names, Nihon or Nippon within its borders, and Japan to the rest of the world. These names are more than just words, they represent two different perspectives, each with its own story and significance. There's no strict official rule dictating which name to use. Rather, it's a practical convention that has evolved over centuries, shaped by history, language, and cultural exchange. Domestically, the Japanese use Nihon or Nippon, names that connect them deeply to their land, their people, and their rich heritage. These words evoke a sense of belonging and pride rooted in centuries of tradition. Internationally, the name Japan serves as a bridge to the wider world, a name forged through centuries of contact, trade, and transformation. It's a symbol of how Japan has engaged with other cultures and adapted to global change. This dual identity is a reflection of Japan's unique ability to balance deep-rooted tradition with a spirit of openness and global engagement, seamlessly blending the old with the new. The two names coexist in harmony, each telling a different part of the same fascinating story, one of continuity, the other of connection. One name speaks of internal pride, history, and cultural identity, the other of international relationships and the journey across borders. The story of why Japan is called Japan is a testament to our interconnected world, where names travel, evolve, and take on new meanings as they cross continents and languages. It's a journey of names, languages, and cultures crossing paths, each leaving its mark on the story of a nation. Behind every name lies a rich tapestry of history, waiting to be explored and discovered by those curious enough to look deeper. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which country's name you'd like us to explore next.